Hello, channel members. Welcome to your first ever exclusive channel member video. Well, technically, live stream video. I gave no notice that this was going to happen, so that is absolutely on me. So, So most of you are going to probably be watching this on the replay, and that's okay. That is cool. I kind of wanted to try out how the live streaming works. And I also, when it comes down to the voting, a lot of people have been saying, live stream, live stream. It's never won the vote, but it's like, I can combine some of these. If this is the way you guys want your things delivered, we'll deliver them this way. It does not matter to me. Gives you guys an opportunity to get in here. And if we do it, if you guys like this, what we'll do is we'll, of course, give you much more notice, and we'll pick a time that's probably a little bit better than the middle of the afternoon on Friday when everybody's probably still at work. Or, if you're not at work, you're probably like, it's Friday. I'm getting ready for the weekend. I don't have time for a live stream, but that's going to be fine. That'll be cool. All right. So in this live stream, we're going to actually look at, well, my favorite YouTubers. So I've narrowed the list down to 5, and there's a lot more of 5, and we're talking Canadian finance YouTubers. Holy banana bread. There's probably easily 10 that I regularly watch. So I do apologize to the 5 who I don't mention in this video. It's definitely nothing against you. It's just that I had to narrow it down, and I went with the ones I thought that had the most impact, the ones that were also pretty active. And that's what it boils down to. I had at least one person who would have been in the top 5, but they kind of took the summer off, so I dropped them a little bit low. They're still in the top 10, though. So without too much further ado, let's start looking at this. And I guess the best place to begin is, of course, with YouTube. So we're going to head into YouTube here. Give me a second. Let me pull this up. And here's the thing. I don't know if I can see comments, but I am going to try to see what I can do here, because I'm not seeing anything on my thing right now. And I do know that there are a few of you in the house. So we'll figure this out here momentarily. And that's kind of one of the reasons I didn't really publicize this, because I'm like, there's going to be snafus. It's the first one trying to do it this way, running through StreamYard into, of course, YouTube. So that certainly creates a little bit of issues. But let's get up our YouTube. So I will, I have to present, and I'm going to just share a whole screen. And we'll go with this one over here. Here we go. This is our number 5, by the way, because as you can see, I've already found number 5. And just a second, there we go. I want to be in the picture too. So one person who I do definitely enjoy watching is a Canadian in a t-shirt. His name is Adrian. He is from out west. He is, at least I think he's from out west, but he has a pretty good channel. One of the things I like about his channel is a lot of the diversification that he has on the different types of videos he does. So he will do, of course, straight up finance videos. He also touches in taxes. As you guys know, I sometimes wander into that tax territory. So I think there's definitely an overlay. I think when I was designing this channel, he was certainly an inspiration. So I will definitely give him that. So that is a Canadian in a t-shirt. And for example, here is one of his latest videos. Let's bring it up. So here he is, the Canadian in a t-shirt. So in this case here, he's talking a little bit about credit cards. So it gives you a general idea. I'm going to, you know what? I'm just going to mute him. Sorry, Adrian. I don't mean to mute you, but he does have a diverse amount of topics. I find his channel is pretty well what? It's pretty laid down to earth, which I think is fantastic. So definitely gives high marks. And plus, he found the kind of neat formula by going, I'm the Canadian in a t-shirt. So all he ever has to wear is a t-shirt when he films his videos. So that's kind of a neat little thing too. He's also very active in the community. He's very big on Blossom. As you guys know, I love Blossom. Those of you who have not gotten on Blossom yet, what are you waiting for? Hit the link below this video. Jump in because it's, Blossom is pretty awesome. All right, and I'm sort of glancing over here to see what I have. I do see Jordan is in the house. Hey, Jordan, it's good to see you. I don't know why I can't see it on here, but it's probably because it says private. You have to set it up as a private video and then make it, in YouTube, you make it into a members only video. So I don't know why. So I'll have to troubleshoot this for the next time so that I can actually put your comments up on the screen. Although I have a feeling it's just going to be me and Jordan here today because, like I said, I gave no notice. I just sort of fly right off the cuff. So back to Canadian and T-shirt. So he is one of those folks you can find over there on Blossom, as well as myself. And there's another 2 people we're going to look at today as well. They're both over on Blossom as well. Now let's actually take a quick little look at the type of videos that he has on his channel. And just be a second, I get out of this video. So when we look, and we're going to look at his most popular, because that gives you a good general idea. So most of his most popular one, taxes. So tax changes in 2023. Taxes explained in Canada. TFSA explained, investing tax-free, how to buy stocks. Top dividend Canadian ETFs, how to file taxes. So a lot of his big ones are taxes. Definitely will go there, but he does cover a lot of stock stuff. He is also an avid user of Questrade, as you can see from a couple of these thumbnails. So he's a guy to go to when you got your Questrade type questions. So, because I don't use Questrade, but Adrian, Canadian a T-shirt, came in at number 5. All right, now let's get to number 4. Number 4 is gonna be Russell Matthews. I'll pull up Russell. Here we go. Now, Russell is a little bit different than most of the stuff that we normally watch. So he does do finance. He even has a course as well. But what he does do is he also covers into politics. So a lot of the things that drive some of the finance that happens, of course, is politics. So one of the things about his channel is he will do like live streaming of things like, for example, like the budget or any big bill readings, sometimes Bank of Canada meetings, things like that. But at the same time, he also has a more emphasis on some other topics like real estate. He covers that more, I think, than most on this list do today. He's got a great little personality. I'm going to unmute this just so you can hear him. And we're going to start with this one here. Let's just go here. It's so here we go. So this is good old Russell. You'll notice as well he has a little Rubik's Cube up there on his bookcase. He will often change the color of that cube to reflect the team colors of whoever won the latest hockey game. So if you're a hockey fan and you find that kind of interesting, check out Russell, and he will. I'm just going to mute him here because we're not here to react to his video. We're just, got him up here talking as we talk. Russell is, he's just a really nice guy. He is, I believe he's out of Toronto. He's from the Toronto area. He started as a real estater before going into, of course, YouTube. He does have a very informative bunch of videos. So he's definitely worth checking out. So I think he's a lot of fun. One of the things I'll do after this live stream is over is I will, of course, come back and add the links to all of these channels in my comments. That way there, you'll have easy access to them. I haven't done it yet, but I will take care of that here for you in a moment. Now, I can see that I have to look over here because I got a thing over here. I got YouTube set up over here, so I can see that Jill is in the house. So hello, Jill. So now it's Jill and Jordan. It's a J&J show. We'll go with that. All right, so this is, like I said, this is Russell Matthews. He is not, as far as I know, he's not on Blossom yet. I should ask him. I should tell him to get his butt on Blossom because Blossom is that awesome. But he does a good show. He has an informative show. He posts quite a bit, and he is a really good resource if you want to sort of get the lowdown on politics, per se. He also has, he does have another channel as well, which is more of a technical channel. I don't know how active that channel is. I see an occasional video on it, which is just more on the technical side. Like I think he did a review of a hardware wallet, the last video I saw over there. But Russell is worth checking out. He's actually part of the community as well. So he has he's shown up a couple of times in our regular live stream. So yeah, that's good old Russell. So that is number 4. Okay. Well, let's look at number 5. Let's look at number 3. All right. Number 3 is another Canadian investor of the name of Robin Haney. And we'll bring up good old Robin here. All right. So Robin is also pretty active over on Blossom. He does a lot of what he's doing is he's mostly showing you his portfolio. That's a lot of his videos is like, here's my portfolio. Here's what I'm buying this week. Similar to that. Like I normally do that once a month type thing video where I sort of show what's going on behind the scenes. Well, he does that a lot. He also does, for people who follow him on Blossom, he does reviews of your portfolio. So he'll look at your portfolio on Blossom and give a lot of feedback to whoever he chooses each time he does that. So that's kind of a neat little thing about Robin. He's very down to earth. He has cats, so that's a good thing. Pretty easy to listen to, very soft spoken. So definitely a good channel to watch. I do like watching Robin, and someday down the road, there's been a hint that the two of us might do something. But I'll have to say, well, actually, the two of us did appear on Brandon Beavis live stream, so we have crossed paths that way. So he's just a nice overall pretty good Canadian, and I find his channel very relaxing, very easy to watch, which is kind of a good thing. And every time you see me just glancing over, it's because I'm just checking, because that's where I can see comments if anybody has popped in. But like I said, I don't expect a lot of comments on this one because, quite frankly, most people don't even know this live stream is happening, and it'll be done before we know it. So, yeah, that is my number 3 choice. All right, number 2. Let's move to number 2. And number 2 is maybe a surprise because I think everybody's going to think that this guy is number 1. But number 2 is good old Brandon Beavis. And we're going to pull this up. We'll let you hear him. We're going to unmute for a moment as we pull this up. You gotta love the little thing at the beginning of his thing, which is funny. When I was learning how to do YouTube videos, all of the experts said, "Don't do that. Don't put those jingles at the beginning," which is why I got rid of that one I had very initially. So anyway, 10 things that I wish this is Brandon Beavis, and he covers mostly pretty much what I cover to a certain extent. I think I cover a lot more. Let me just. Whoops. Just going to mute him for a moment. I think with Brandon, a lot of what he does cover is very total return type investing. He doesn't get too deep into the high dividends. He will occasionally, he has been sponsored. He has been sponsored a couple of times by Hamilton, for example, to cover some of their higher ETFs, some of those ones that we're all, not all, but many of you like HYLD and HMAX and things like that. At the same time, though, Brandon tends to be, he's also very pro-American investing. So a lot of times he will do a Canadian stock and an American stock. Now, the other interesting thing with Brandon is he's had his channel. He's had it going for a long time. And about, was it a year ago? Roughly a year ago, maybe a little less, his dad joined the channel. So now it's him and his dad They do their own separate videos. His dad's starting to do news videos, which, as you guys know, news is pretty close to my heart. And those are pretty cool. So there's been a new dynamic. I think it actually added a new life to Brandon's channel, and it's made it much more interesting. Now, when we talk about Blossom, Brandon he's one of the driving forces. Him and a gentleman by the name of Max, they're the driving forces behind Blossom. So they have sort of built this dream, and they're making that into a reality. And what's nice about Blossom is they're turning it into a service where they're investors and they know about investing. They're basically trying to cater it towards what we want, which is fantastic. And it's one of the things I do love about Blossom, because they keep on adding a lot of great features to it. Now, this is not a promo for Blossom. I don't want you guys to think that's what I'm here today to do. I'm just mentioning Blossom because, well, it's kind of like really, everybody up here has really grabbed onto it. It's just such a really fantastic app, and I definitely love it. But okay, we won't mention Blossom anymore today. I promise. I'll try not to. We'll just stick with our people. So that's, like I said, Brandon Beavis. He's been around for a while. He's actually one of the very first channels I started watching when I was contemplating getting into YouTube, and when I was earlier in my investing journey. It's actually interesting. The very first stock I ever bought was Fortis, and I believe I heard from it. I heard about Fortis from Brandon Beavis years ago, but I did buy into that. So it's kind of like that nice little stock. So Brandon Beavis has that claim to fame. He got me to buy Fortis. So, of course, I did my due diligence. So you don't want to just listen to a YouTuber and just buy whatever they're peddling. You want to do your due diligence, make sure that it suits, of course, your portfolio. So that's Brandon Beavis. Now that leaves us with one more person. So we got one more person, one top spot. And here's the interesting thing. I could have rearranged these. I could have easily had Brandon Beavis at number 1. And I think a couple of times I was thinking he was going to be number 1. But here's the thing. I really, really respect facts. When somebody moves away all of the glamour that sometimes can get around investing, and they take it right down to being, well, plain, sort of like a plain bagel. That's where we're going. So Plain Bagel has actually won. Let's pull up Mr. Plain Bagel. All right. I have not watched this video yet, but we'll just use this one here. This one sounds pretty good. I'm going to unmute it here for a second.
If you've been anywhere online in 2023, you know that AI has been a dominating topic, not just within the world of investing, but also the world. We've all seen just how far-reaching the capabilities of the space can be, and how people online are.
That's the whole thing about AI. Now I'm going to mute him because
this is characters in Balenciaga gear, but one of the platforms really leading the charge.
There we go. Anyway, that's what I like about this guy. He peels back all of the dressing. He brings things right down to very plain English, and he's not going to be one of these people like that you're going to go to and you're going to watch a video and you're going to get all hyped about some stock. So when you think about somebody who, especially when you think of the American YouTubers, they have this habit of hyping. They can hype stocks really well. Sometimes, of course, they're sponsored to hype those stocks, because you heard about the famous pump and dump down in the States. That's happened a lot there. You're not going to get that from Richard here over on the Plain Bagel. He is going to give you the straight giddy, which is what I like. He will dispel the rumors. A lot of people, I know that most of us are in love with passive income. He's got videos, for example, on passive income and let me show you his video list. I know I showed you, I think, for Canadian a t-shirt, but let's take a look at the type of videos here that our number 1 guy has. So over here, first one, let's see, Fed Now and the Conspiracy Theories, using ChatGPT to trade stocks, how I research stocks, step-by-step fundamental analysis. I love that. Definitely love that. Investment analysis reacts to investing TikToks. Huh, I should do that. And that would not be for you. Well, it would be for you guys, but I'm thinking about just for the whole channel someday. Let's see. The SEC goes after crypto exchanges, how credit unions compare to banks. Hindenburg Research goes after Carl Icahn. So sometimes it's a higher level stuff, but a lot of times he does go into a lot of different things. Like this one here, like a day in the life of a 29-year-old billionaire trader. He's not obviously talking about himself, but he's kind of sort of looking at that whole situation of some of these traders, especially in the US where they, you got to have your Lambo. Holy cow. So tips for becoming an investment analyst, the end of Credit Suisse. So he has a lot of great things. He will do some of these funny covers, though, thumbnails. So the problems with finance YouTube thumbnails, and that's why, because he's actually making fun of those particular thumbnails. So he is definitely a channel I would recommend everybody follow. Just, check out what he's doing. He's got a dry wit to him, which I think is kind of neat. But as I said, it's like if the Mythbusters were into finance. So that's kind of one of those things I like to keep in mind when we're talking about Richard here over at the Plain Bagel. And it's kind of an interesting name, but the funny thing is the name actually works really well for his channel. Oh, that's good. Okay. So those, of course, are those YouTubers. We can come back to me now. Oh, I just have to, there we go. Just have to remove that from there. Yeah, this is kind of neat thing. So the next time we do it this way, I'll make sure it's scheduled so that a bunch of you guys can, be by and asking questions and all of that. And I keep glancing over there. But like I said, I don't think there's many people here right now. This is going to be a watch after the fact video for sure. So what do we got coming up for the channel membership? It's one of these things. I want to add a lot of extra value to channel memberships. So, excuse me. I know right now we've got...
I don't have an answer for that.
Thank you.
Is there something else I can help with?
No, Siri. I'm good. What was I saying before I was rudely interrupted by an AI? Yeah, I'm looking at different ways that we can add more value. I definitely would like to do more stuff with you guys. So that's one of those things. If there's something you think I should be doing and I'm not doing it, let me know. Because you guys have you guys have power. You guys are the channel members. And I try to do my best to take care of your guys' needs for sure. I know I had a channel member earlier suggest a video that they thought I should do, an update to the Dream Team ETF video I did a while back. So I was like, okay, yeah, absolutely. So it's now scheduled in August. So obviously I probably won't be using the same ETFs. I'll be using different ones, maybe better ones, because the whole world of ETF investing keeps growing and changing as we go along. And here's the thing too, just while we're talking here, I guess while I'm talking, when it comes to those videos, when I put out a video when it comes to the input part, when I'm asking you guys for stuff you want me to do, be creative, really. I mean, I'll do whatever it is you guys want me to do. But, I was actually impressed. Like, I think I've been impressed the last few times. Like the reaction video, that was a lot of fun. And this one was a kind of a neat idea as well. Just, hey, just take a quick look at the 5 YouTubers that, that I like. So that's kind of a neat idea. But I mean, we'll do whatever it is that you guys want. So I'm trying to think of something that would be fantastic, and I can understand why it's hard to come up with an idea. And let me know as well if you guys want to do the live streams more, and we can do the live stream plus whatever the topic is. We could just do it. We could just turn it into an exclusive live stream and then vote on the topic, and we'll do that each and every month. So we're going to look at that. Somewhere down the road when we get more members, we can even start to look at maybe setting up a Discord or something of that nature so that we can have like some chat rooms or something like that so that you guys can communicate a bit better with each other and everything. But right now, of course, what I usually will say is if you really want to communicate with like-minded individuals, there's this app I promise not to mention again that you can go to. Link down below. but I'm not going to mention that app because I said I wouldn't. So that's not going to happen, which is great. So yeah, I think I think everything is going well with the channel membership. Like I said, want to get a few more in. Want to really start looking at what I can do, what I can cater, what kind of content I can create for you guys exclusively. I've also had a thought as well, and I will run this by you guys. I'm thinking maybe next month, whatever we do. So let's say we do another live stream, and the topic is, I don't know, let's say we do one on, I don't know, dog days of summer investing. I just pulled that out of my butt, so don't worry, that's probably not what we're doing. But I wouldn't mind actually just doing 1 month where I make it available for everybody so they can sort of see what the exclusive video is about. And, make one live stream. We'll open it up for everybody. And now that's up to you guys. If you guys say, no way, we're paying, we don't want them to get that preview, then I'll totally respect that. Because as I said, it comes down to you guys. Like, you guys actually, it was awesome. Like, you guys got to vote on how we expired old companies on the vote going on the deep dive. So I thought that was fantastic. I think 3 weeks won. And this week, when I did up the list, one company, Divisive Dividend, was it Divisive? Yeah, Divisive Dividends. They fell off the list because of that new rule. So I like it. It gives us a chance to move the companies a little bit better so we can get a little bit more leeway there. What I'm thinking, though, is next time, now you notice when we had a tie, oh, wait, that was a tie in here. I was going to say, but if we ever have a situation where there's a tie, like a complete lockup on the main channel when we're doing the deep dive, I will bring that vote to you guys and not the main community, and I'll let you guys decide who wins that. So that's just another little thing we'll bring in here for you guys as well. There's also a really new series coming up. I'm going to be starting another TFSA. So right now I've got a little over $10,000 in space, so I can use that for the rest of the year over on National Bank. So National Bank, I'm opening up a TFSA there, and then I'm going to put in $333 every month, and that will be the investing amount. So it's going to start for the 1st of August. So we'll do a video. I'll probably do the actual investment. Like, if I have the video coming out on the 1st, I need to have time to edit it and everything. So I'll probably do the investment just at the end of August. But we'll do that each month. And that video is going to go. Now, that's not a community. That's just for everybody. And that way there we can build it. Because a lot of times I get people asking me questions about beginner TFSAs. How do I start a TFSA? When do you start seeing the snowball effect? So we'll do like statistical analysis on it. And even if there's a tiny snowball effect, even if we're just packing on a few extra flakes every month, we're going to see that. And we're going to be able to show that and demonstrate that in that new series. So that is going to be absolutely awesome. So be prepared for that. And the other thing, too, is as, of course, a channel member, let me know. And when I say let me know on an exclusive channel post. So, for example, if I posted a dividend or something like that, let me know on that. So anytime you, for example, want to request a deep dive on a company, or you want to just put a request out that you'd like me to look at, put it on one of those, because then I know 100% that it's from one of you guys, and those take priority. Whereas if you put it on just a regular video, I may, because I don't know every single channel member right now, because people, I know a bunch of you, but there are probably a few of you that I don't realize are in the channel community group. And as we get bigger, it'll be harder for me to keep track of you. But that way there, I know that you're a channel member. And then, for example, if you have a company you wanted me to do a deep dive on and you're a channel member and you put it in, I'm going to notate that when I put it into the poll. And that means that it's going to take priority over a non-channel member request. And that's just a way of saying thank you for supporting the channel. So before we go, once again, just a huge thank you for, supporting the channel. What you guys do is awesome. And I certainly appreciate it, because running a YouTube channel with as much content, especially when you're running it full time and you're making like, $100 to $150 a month from YouTube doing it. Every little bit that you guys have thrown in there certainly helps, and I really, really appreciate it. And for those of you who have won your way in here, you guys are awesome too. Hopefully you've seen enough that you might consider renewing. If not, maybe you'll win it again, because I do have that one every month that I drop a few free memberships, so that will be awesome as well. Anyway, guys, it's a Friday afternoon. We got this done. You guys take care. Have a fantastic weekend. And I think for some of you, I will definitely see you again on the live stream on Sunday. But in the meantime, have a fantastic weekend. Have a barbecue, or maybe a vegetarian barbecue if you're a vegetarian, or something like that. And I'm just rambling, so I'm going to ramble myself into the goodbye. So everybody, take care. We will see you next month in another one of these exclusive videos. And I'm going to try to work a few more bugs out of this, so because I want to be able to have your chat all show up on the side. So you may see me create a couple of just sort of test live streams and I'll mention this on Sunday so people don't get too excited. I'm going to probably set up a couple of test live streams just to see if I can get a couple of the bugs worked out that I'm experiencing here in this one. All right, and I just took a quick glance over on the chat just to make sure there wasn't anything I had to address. So until next time, everybody, take care. And thank you once again for your support. Really, really, really appreciate it. Bye, everybody.